Hey everyone, welcome back to Up North with the Nybergs. Ed here, and it is the beginning of December. I am actually down in my red barn and my shop area. And this year we have very reliable heat. In my main part of the red barn, we installed a new big heater system that has been working fantastically. And then in this area, which is separate from the red barn, we've got some infrared tubes that work really, really well. So I don't need a jacket. It's 30 degrees outside, very comfortable inside here. Behind me, you can see my two favorite flags, the American flag and also the M Go Blue flag. I'm a big Michigan fan, both basketball and football. Beginning of December, we've got some pretty important games coming up for football. Basketball, not so much, but football definitely, and Michigan looks like they actually have a pretty good team this year, so we're pretty excited about that. In any event, the reason for this video, it's, like I said, beginning of December, it's about 6 months since I installed our Starlink system. That was in midsummer. And so I wanted to give you an update, give you our impressions, and maybe some pros and cons in regards to the Starlink system. As you know, Kathy and I both work from home. We need very reliable internet. We're asking the internet to do a lot. And we're in northern Michigan, very rurally. We're close to Traverse City, but not close enough to get reliable internet. And so we thought, we got on the waiting list for the Starlink system, finally got it in, like I said, midsummer, and now it's December. So 6 months, we think, is a pretty good time frame in order to give our true impressions of it. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm actually gonna take you up to my office. I wanna show you some download and upload charts as well to just give you a sense of what we're getting for speeds, and also I want to talk a little bit about our setup, and our needs, and then maybe we can talk a little bit about the reliability of the Starlink system. So in order to do that, I need to take you up to my office. So I'll take you up in the four-wheeler, and I'll share those charts with you. Okay, I hope the trip didn't make you nauseous. Right now I'm showing you the Starlink homepage. One thing that popped out to me was that Starlink now offers a 30-day trial. This really wasn't available when I purchased Starlink about a year ago. I did have to wait about 6 months with a $100 deposit to hold my place in line, and then finally I was notified and I then purchased the equipment. All right, let's talk about my experience over the last 6 months. I thought I would give you the pros and cons. First, the con, or should I say cons. The first con is the price, obviously. The upfront costs are very high versus available cable in your area. But remember, Starlink is really designed for remote or the rural user, and we don't have any competing options for high-speed internet out here. My VDSL promised 25 megabytes but only delivered about 10 to 15 megabytes per second. So for us and many others, quite frankly, the price is the price of admission. The second con, you have to install it yourself. It's not too onerous, but you do have to do some work. For most installations, you'll have to purchase additional equipment like a pole or longer cable. The kit comes with 75-foot cable, but I needed much longer, so I ordered 150-foot length, which is currently an extra $93. And the pole is currently $55. You may need a different mounting kit depending on your choice of mounting. I chose the pole mounting solution because I will never willingly drill a hole in my roof, but that's just me. The third con is not really a con, but you're going to need clear access to the sky. Hence why many choose to install it up on their roof or a different location so that they do have a clear visibility to the sky. The last con is now you're going to have another ugly apparatus or piece of equipment on top of your roof or on a pole in your yard. I'm being a bit facetious here, but the dish isn't quite as ugly as some of the TV dishes that I see out there. But once again, you will see it. Okay, now the pros. The first pro is the speed. We routinely get up to 10 to 15 times the speed as our former VDSL internet, which was delivered via the phone lines. We now see actual speeds of 150 plus megabytes per second, virtually uninterrupted, which allows Kathy and I to work from home operating our internet-based business. Remember, we live rurally, so having this service changes the game completely for us. The second pro is reliability. In the last 6 months, we've probably had 2 interruptions, and they were quickly resolved. The third pro is scalability. What that means is that you can create a mesh system that allows great coverage throughout the house. This does come at a steep price though. An additional mesh router is $130. The trade-off versus buying additional Wi-Fi extenders is that, like a true mesh system, you can walk from room to room and the Wi-Fi signal will stay strong as the mesh routers do the transferring of the Wi-Fi signal. My setup is a bit over the top. I'm covering a lot of square footage with many wireless devices attached to the internet. In all, we routinely surpass over 40 devices. So I have the main router in a central location, and then I have 2 mesh routers located on either ends of the house. And we have pretty much 0 issues with this configuration. In fact, our wood boiler is attached to our system, and it is about 150 feet outside, plus our weather station is even further. That's probably closer to 225, 250 feet, so we still have good coverage. The final pro, you can now try it for 30 days. I know it's a bit of a hassle to set it up for the 30-day trial, but you could just do what we did. We just set the dish in the yard for a few weeks while I was waiting for the 150-foot cable, and we essentially trialed it, and it worked great. Okay, so if you were keeping count, you know the pros match the number of cons, but in actuality, we really love this system. It has exceeded every expectation that we had. We understand the initial price is steep, but the monthly amount is actually the same as what we were paying before, but we have much better speed and reliability. Like I said, our speeds are 10 to 15 times more than they were with our previous system. So do I recommend the system? I absolutely do, especially if you don't have many options for high-speed internet, and especially for those living rurally like us. Now lastly, this content really is just our opinion. We didn't get a nickel for posting this. Heck, we don't even have that many followers. We just decided, because we do have the system and we've been operating it for 6 months, we just thought others could at least hear our experience and decide whether the Starlink system is a good fit for them. All right, well, I hope that was valuable. Hopefully you got some good information out of it. And as you can tell, I kept the boxes. I wasn't 100% sure that Starlink was going to be the solution that was going to work for us. But obviously it did. It's been fantastic. We really like it. We're getting the speeds that we saw other folks getting, and we're pretty excited about that. Like I said, we really put a lot of pressure on our internet system. We stream all of our TV, all of our streaming channels, and also we do a lot of wireless. So we've got close to 40 devices connected to it, and so far it's been able to handle each and every one of them pretty flawlessly, to be honest, as well. But I did keep the boxes just in case. In any event, if you do have any comments or questions, we really appreciate hearing from you and interacting with you as well. It can be pretty much on anything having to do with Starlink or our rural life up here in northern lower Michigan. So be sure to leave any questions or comments that you have. As always, if you find value, consider liking the video, consider subscribing as well. Consider sharing them with your family and friends. We really appreciate that. But until next time, this is Ed with Up North with the Nybergs, and we really appreciate you watching and sharing them with your family and friends. Thank you very much.